We talk a lot about teams, don't we? Sports teams, project teams, sales teams, senior executive teams. But working to create real teams and team working is only worth the effort if team working can deliver results well beyond what individuals acting alone could deliver. Have a look at this short clip of a Ferrari Formula One pit stop. You have to watch it over and over to appreciate everything this team achieves in under 3 seconds. Think about the coordinated team effort required to refuel, change tires, remove debris from air intakes, clean the windscreen, make adjustments to suspension and aerodynamic settings. All of that in seconds. Clearly, coordinated, interdependent team working is required here. Teams like this have absolute clarity on what they are trying to achieve, and they create a team system where everyone knows precisely what is expected of them, where they practice and review and debrief, and success is measured by their collective performance, where they drive standards looking for incremental improvements for which they hold each other mutually accountable. In their seminal work, John Katzenbach and Douglas Smith define a real team as a small number of people with complementary skills who are committed to a common purpose, performance goals, and approach for which they hold themselves mutually accountable. Like everything in life, this simple and concise definition took a lot of work to get to, so let's break it down. Real teams have complementary skills and a shared purpose, performance goals, approach, accountability. When we consider this definition, we can begin to see where the work starts in creating a real team. And it starts with assembling the team or making adjustments to your current team to ensure that it has those necessary complementary skills. But let's take that as a given because, to be frank, that's the easy bit. It's then that the real work starts because this team, if it is to be a team, needs to have absolute clarity on what it's trying to achieve, how it will be measured or judged, how it's going to approach dilemmas and conflict, and how it's going to establish collective accountability. In other words, all team members judge success through achieving the collective goal and not through achieving personal, functional, or departmental goals. And reward systems for team members need to be aligned to all of this and not to individual goals. When we think about sports teams, we see all of this, don't we? That's not to say that successful sports teams don't have the occasional prima donna who doesn't put the team first, but by and large, sports teams cannot function as a group of individuals. Watch the clip, Better Men Make Better All Blacks. I should mention that since this was recorded, the purpose statement has been changed to say, Better People Make Better All Blacks, and rightly so. As you watch this clip, consider, how do you think this statement of purpose contributes to making the All Blacks so successful? As with all short purpose statements, its simplicity is the result of a huge amount of work, dialogue, reflection, and clarification. And like all great purpose statements, everything else comes from here.
Children growing up aspire to be All Blacks. I think it's the heart and soul of New Zealand.
I know how much the team meant when I was 6 years old, getting up in the middle of the night to watch the All Blacks play.
When they're in the All Black team, they've been passed on the responsibility of that black jersey with the silver fern. It's their time in that jersey, and it's their responsibility to enhance the legacy. Better men make better All Blacks. That's really about self-improvement. And it's not only about rugby, it's about life. Young men driving together to produce something that they're proud of.
I think it just encompasses that idea of you can always be better, whether it's off the field or on the field, and if you have that characteristic, then you'll be a great All Black.
Good people make great teams, and people that aren't very nice, although they might be superstars, we don't want them. It's about sustaining a culture of success, week in, week out, year in, year out, being the best team in the world. That's our goal.
If you recognise how much of an honour it is to pull on the black jersey, then the jersey will let you do things that you wouldn't have thought possible.
As All Blacks, you're expected to win. And does it give us any advantage to Haka? Without question. It's about going to battle with your friends and your mates, standing shoulder to shoulder.
It's not only about playing great rugby on the rugby field, it's about how these young men conduct themselves off the pitch. That humbleness, keeping your feet on the ground, realising that you can get better all the time.
The legacy of the jersey is more intimidating than any opposition, and the key thing for us as past All Blacks is to make sure that legacy continues.
I'm just very grateful that I got to spend as many years playing, for a team that I loved.
The last 100 years, the All Blacks are the most successful sporting team ever, and long may that continue.
Let's face it, sport is somewhat different from organizational life. But there are many parallels and a lot of learning we can apply, and which we'll explore later in this module. So, now we have established what a real team is, and we can begin to see the complexity in delivering real team working. Let's assume that we have a group or a team that genuinely wants to become a high-performing team. How do we get there? Well, first, we need to understand the characteristics of a high-performing team and what distinguishes it from other teams.